Welcome to Napimal. Here, the stories of the natural world flow in calm voices and soft sounds, helping you rest, reflect, and dream. Tonight, we travel far from land, to the vast blue spaces where the great singers of the sea drift and call to one another. This is Songs of the Deep, the story of the whales. If you enjoy these videos, remember to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more peaceful journeys through nature and sound. Dawn over the ocean. The first light of morning spills across the surface of the ocean. A pale gold shimmer dances on the waves, and the sea breathes in quiet rhythm, slow, deep, eternal. Beneath that glimmering skin of water, life stirs. Shadows move gracefully in the blue, and the sound of the waking world echoes softly through the depths. From far below, a low, resonant call rises, deep enough to shake the water, slow enough to be felt more than heard. It is the song of a whale, a voice as old as time. These are the giants of the sea, wanderers who cross oceans without borders, guided by memory, by sound, and by the rhythm of the earth itself. The largest creatures ever known, yet they live in perfect silence, their presence gentle, their movements serene. As the morning brightens, a pod of humpback whales drifts near the surface. Their bodies move with effortless grace, rising and falling in slow harmony with the waves. One exhales. A column of mist and breath rises into the dawn light. The sound is soft, but it carries across miles, a quiet greeting to the new day. Around them, seabirds skim the water, their cries echoing faintly above the steady pulse of the sea. The ocean is awake now. Every ripple, every shimmer of light tells a story that began long before us. A story written in salt and sound, carried by the voices of those who dwell in the deep. To watch whales at dawn is to witness peace itself. They do not rush. They do not fight the waves. They move in time with something greater, the quiet heartbeat of the world beneath the surface. And as the sun climbs higher, light pours down into the water, revealing the shimmering blue world below, a world without boundaries, where every sound becomes a bridge through endless space. Here, in the first light of day, the whales begin their song. Low notes roll through the water like thunder slowed to a whisper. Each call echoes for miles, overlapping with others in a vast underwater chorus. It is not music, as we know it, but a conversation carried on for generations. Each phrase, each pattern, passed down through time like a memory, shared in sound. And so, as the sea awakens, the whales sing, not for us, but for one another, for the rhythm of the ocean itself. The giants of the blue. The ocean stretches endlessly in every direction, a liquid horizon where light fades into mystery. Deep beneath the waves, the great whales move in silence. They glide through the blue like drifting islands, their shadows vast and slow against the shifting light. To see one is to glimpse the scale of life itself. The blue whale, the largest creature ever to live, can reach the length of 3 buses and weigh more than 100 tons. Yet, despite their size, they move with the grace of a falling feather. Every motion is smooth, effortless, a quiet dialogue between muscle and water. Their hearts beat slowly, 5, maybe 6 times each minute, deep, steady rhythms that echo the pulse of the planet. To live as a whale is to live by rhythm, of breath, of sound, of endless migration. The surface is their sky. Every few minutes, they rise from the deep, breaking through the waves with a soft exhale, a cloud of air and mist that glows in the sunlight. Then, with a graceful curve, they descend again, back into the quiet blue where light fades and sound takes its place. For whales, the ocean is not silent. It is alive with vibration. Every creak of ice, every distant wave against a reef becomes a note in the vast song of the sea. In this world of pressure and motion, hearing is everything. A blue whale can hear another across thousands of miles, its low, rumbling song traveling through the deep like the sound of the earth breathing. These calls connect the oceans, invisible threads of sound weaving one life to another. They guide migrations. They call mates. They echo across generations. Each species has its own voice, its own rhythm, its own song. The humpback sings in long, haunting melodies, verses that can last for hours, changing slowly over time like the seasons themselves. The sperm whale clicks in sharp, precise bursts, a language of sonar used to sense and to speak through the darkness below. And the orca, the killer whale, sings in dialects, unique to each family, passed down from mother to calf like a name. To us, these sounds are strange and otherworldly, but to the whales, they are identity, memory, and love. They are the voices of the ocean's living giants, calm, wise, and endlessly connected. When a whale passes close, the water itself seems to change. The light bends, the sound deepens, and for a moment you feel that you are standing beside something older than time, something vast, peaceful, and kind. They remind us that strength does not always roar. Sometimes it simply breathes. Songs of communication. In the quiet depths of the ocean, words are made of sound. Whales do not speak as we do, yet their voices fill the sea with meaning. Every call, every click, every distant note carries a message through miles of shifting blue. It is their language, a symphony of life beneath the surface. For the whale, sound is everything. The ocean is dark and endless, and sight fades quickly into shadow. But sound travels far, deeper, longer, stronger than light ever could. So they listen to the songs of the wind above, to the whisper of waves against the shore, to the voices of other whales far beyond the horizon. Some calls are short, gentle pulses used between a mother and her calf, a soft reassurance, a sound that says, "I am here." Others roll through the deep like distant thunder, long, low song that seem to vibrate through the bones of the sea. To human ears, these are melodies. To whales, they are maps, stories, conversations carried on by echoes. A humpback may sing a single song for hours, verse after verse of haunting tones, each note rising and falling like waves in slow motion. Scientists have listened, recording their patterns for decades, and found that no song is ever truly the same. They evolve, shared, adapted, passed along the migration routes from one pod to another. It is as if the ocean itself remembers the tune, changing it gently with time. In the far north, bowhead whales sing beneath drifting ice, their voices echoing through frozen halls of sound. Each winter, their songs shift like new chapters in a story that never ends. And in the deep, where sunlight never reaches, sperm whales speak in a rhythm of clicks, short bursts of sound so precise that each family develops its own pattern, a unique rhythm, a dialect of the deep. When they meet another pod, they can tell instantly, "Are you one of us? Do you speak as we do?" In these patterns lies memory, the passing of identity through generations. They teach their calves through sound, and long after a voice has gone silent, its rhythm may still echo in the songs of others, woven into the living music of the sea. Some say that whales sing out of joy. Others say they sing to find one another across the vastness of the ocean. Perhaps both are true, for in every sound there is connection. The same gentle thread that binds a mother to her child, a pod to its home waters, and all living things to one another. The sea holds these songs like memory, each note a heartbeat, each pause a breath. Together they become the voice of the deep, timeless, endless, and alive. The rhythm of migration. The ocean has no roads, no signs, no borders, and yet the whales know exactly where to go. Year after year, they follow paths carved not in water, but in memory. They move across the world's great oceans as the earth tilts through its seasons, a living rhythm written in their blood and bones. In the long months of summer, they travel north or south toward cold, rich waters where krill and plankton bloom in vast unseen gardens. There they feed, moving slowly through the abundance, their great mouths opening like silent doors, taking in thousands of liters of water and life. And when the seasons turn, when the days grow short and the sea begins to change, they begin their long return, hundreds, sometimes thousands of miles, from the Arctic to the tropics, from the Southern Ocean to the equator. The journey is patient, unhurried, guided by something ancient and unspoken. Along the way, they meet familiar waters, the same routes their ancestors once swam, the same distant bays where new life begins. For in the warm shallows, calves are born. Tiny beside their mothers, they take their first breath of air, a soft exhale that rises like mist against the morning sun. The mother keeps her newborn close, lifting it gently to the surface again and again, teaching it to breathe, to move, to listen. For a whale calf, sound is its first language, the voice of its mother and the endless hum of the sea. As they travel, other whales join them, pods moving in slow procession, guided by the same invisible rhythm. Some swim together for thousands of miles side by side, sharing the silence and the song. Others travel alone, yet even in solitude, their calls reach across the ocean, a reminder that no whale ever truly swims alone. From the icy fjords of Norway to the turquoise bays of Hawaii, these migrations connect the world. They are the pulse of the planet, a living heartbeat moving through the water. Generation after generation, the same journeys repeat, timeless, faithful, unbroken. The whales do not hurry. They move with the patience of the tide, the certainty of memory, and the grace of knowing that the ocean always remembers the way. For them, the journey is not just survival. It is song. It is heritage. It is home. The mothers of the sea, far from the frozen edges of the earth, in waters warmed by the sun, life begins again. In the calm shallows, where waves break softly on distant shores, a mother whale drifts with her newborn. The calf, small beside her, stays close, never more than an arm's length away in human measure, though for whales, closeness is everything. Every few moments, the mother guides her child upward to break the surface and breathe. A soft exhale, a tiny cloud of mist, the sound of a first life learning the rhythm of the sea. In those first weeks, the calf nurses often, feeding on milk rich and thick as cream, drawing strength for the long journeys ahead. Around them, the ocean is quiet and kind. The mother hums softly, deep, low sounds that ripple through the water like a song meant for one listener only. It is a lullaby older than memory, a melody of comfort, a recognition of love spoken through vibration. The calf listens, turning its head toward the sound, learning the shape of its mother's voice. In time, it will remember it among all others, a sound that means safety in a world of endless blue. Other mothers gather nearby, a quiet nursery of giants, each one moving slowly, circling gently in the warm shallows. They protect one another, forming a wall of calm strength around their young. In these bays, generations return, guided by instinct, memory, and the pull of the tides. The cycle repeats, life born in peace, nurtured by song, growing strong enough to follow the path north again. To be a whale is to live between worlds, the deep and the surface, silence and sound, solitude and kinship. In the gentle warmth of the ocean, the mothers keep watch. The calves play, learning to breach and roll, their movements clumsy at first, then graceful as they discover the joy of the sea. Above them, sunlight filters through the water, soft ribbons of gold dancing across their skin, and beneath it all, the ocean hums, calm, patient, eternal, a cradle for the next generation of the giants of the deep. The deep and the unknown. As daylight fades, the surface world grows quiet. Sunlight no longer reaches far below. The blue turns darker, deeper, until it becomes something else entirely, a quiet twilight where color gives way to sound. Down here, pressure builds. The weight of the water is immense, yet the whales are made for it, their bodies strong, their lungs collapsing safely, their blood rich with oxygen. They dive without fear, descending for minutes, sometimes hours, into the dark. A sperm whale sinks past 1,000 meters, following the faint clicks of her own sonar. Each sound she sends returns as an echo, painting a picture of the unseen. Down here, there is no light, only sound and the slow pulse of life. Giant squid move in the shadows. Small fish shimmer briefly, reflecting ghostly glimmers of blue. The whale moves through it all, silent, unhurried, perfectly at home. Every few moments, she clicks again, a burst of sound that travels through the water, striking shapes hidden in the dark, returning with the information she needs to see. This is her vision, not of color or light, but of distance, movement, and form. In the deep, she finds food, guidance, perhaps even companionship. The ocean below is not empty. It hums with life we barely understand. Strange jellyfish drift like slow lanterns, their tentacles pulsing with faint light. Fish glide silently through the blackness, their bodies shaped by millions of years in the dark. And somewhere deeper still, sounds echo, low, slow, ancient calls that no human has ever fully heard. The deep sea is the last true mystery. It is the place where light ends and imagination begins. For the whales, it is not a place of fear, but of peace, a world of silence and sound, of patience and calm. When they rise again, breaking through the surface, it is as if they return from another world. A slow exhale, a soft breath against the night air, and once again the water stills. The stars above mirror the glowing plankton below, and the boundary between sea and sky disappears. In that quiet space, the whales drift near the surface, their great forms outlined in silver light, the world around them a gentle blur of stars and waves. The deep holds its secrets, but to the whales it is simply home, echoes through time. The ocean has held their voices for millions of years. Before ships, before maps, before even our kind walked the earth, the whales were already singing. Their songs have traveled farther than any journey we have ever taken, rolling beneath polar ice, echoing through tropical seas, passing from one age to the next. It is said that a whale song can cross an ocean, that somewhere on the other side of the world another will answer. Two voices meeting in the distance, a call and reply that bridges thousands of miles. Some believe they sing to map the sea, others think it is memory or longing or something like love. Perhaps it is all of these things, for who are we to say what a song means when it carries the soul of the ocean itself? Sound is their time keeper, their compass, their history. The patterns of their voices are passed down through generations, an unbroken thread of communication stretching through centuries of deep blue silence. Every whale that sings adds its story to that thread, a single voice in a tapestry of sound that began long before us and will continue long after. Their songs shape the ocean, resonating through water and current, influencing even the smallest creatures that drift within their wake. It is the heartbeat of the sea, one we can hear but may never fully understand. The whales do not seek to be heard. They simply are, carriers of history, keepers of rhythm, guardians of calm, and when the last note fades, the sea remains. Holding their voices like memory, storing them in its endless depths. If you listen closely, you might still hear it, the faint hum of a world connected by sound, the echo of life beneath the waves, a song that never ends. Rest beneath the waves. Night settles over the water. The last colors of sunset fade into deep blue, and the surface of the sea turns smooth as glass. The air is still. Only the soft rhythm of the tide remains, a quiet heartbeat echoing across the open ocean. Beneath that calm surface, the whales begin to rest. Some drift alone, others in small groups, each moving slowly in the dark, rising and sinking in a silent rhythm. They do not sleep as we do. One half of the mind stays awake, listening for danger, keeping them near the surface to breathe. The other half drifts into stillness, a quiet half-sleep where sound becomes a dream. Around them, the sea hums softly, a lullaby made of water and memory. Tiny fish whisper through the coral below. Crabs scuttle through the sand. The faint clicks of dolphins echo far away. In the distance, another whale sings, a low, slow call that stretches for miles. It rises through the dark water, gentle and steady, wrapping the night in sound. The others answer, not loudly, but with soft, deep notes, phrases that linger like breath in cool air. The ocean becomes a cradle of voices, each tone blending into the next until the sea itself seems to hum with life. Above, the moon climbs high. Its light glitters on the rippling water, silver and quiet, as if the sky is whispering back to the ocean. The whales drift near the surface, their dark shapes gliding beneath the moonlight. Every few minutes, one exhales, a slow, gentle sigh that rises like mist, catching the glow of the moon before fading into the cool night air. This is peace in its purest form. No rush, no struggle, only rhythm and rest. The sea holds them, rocking them in time with its own heartbeat, and in that rhythm everything is connected. The stars, the waves, and the slow breath of the giants below. Now let the ocean carry you too. Breathe with its rhythm. drift with its calm, and rest beneath the waves.